Hey YouTube, it's me Meg Reviews with my first ever YouTube video, and today I will be reviewing Dungeons and Dragons Tactics for the Sony's PlayStation Portable. Two things I have to say about this game before I really get into the review. If you don't like Dungeons and Dragons and you haven't ever touched a Dungeons and Dragons board game, turn off the review because you probably won't be interested in this game whatsoever, even if you do think it has a cool gameplay mechanic to it. And the second thing is, if you're not into D&D, please turn off this review because I just want to stress, just completely stress, if you don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is, do not buy this game. Don't waste your money because you have to be some kind of a walking D&D encyclopedia to make sense of the story, and since I'm not really happy with my purchase. Meh. But anyway, let's get started with the main review. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons Tactics is a turn-based strategy role-playing game for the Sony's PlayStation Portable. And it is one of the most confusing but fun TBSs that I've seen on a Sony system, just because it has a pretty good gameplay to it. The first thing I want to get into is the story. To make this quick, because the story isn't that interesting and it's very confusing, I don't really want to rate the story because it would be incredibly low, because like I said, it's really confusing for anyone who hasn't touched a D&D game board. So, to put the story in a nutshell, you can choose your character, but insert name right here is on a quest with his allies to uncover a conspiracy. I don't really know. I haven't really got into it that much because it's so confusing, but basic rundown, whatever your name is trying to uncover some kind of a conspiracy about elves trying to destroy the world or something like that. I don't even know. I just made that up because the story isn't that great, okay? 2 out of 10 for the story and the subject. The gameplay is actually quite nice in D&D Tactics. It combines simple RPG elements to a really good turn-based strategy game system, because the animations, well, for anyone who really isn't familiar with turn-based strategy games, it is basically the rundown of it in a nutshell is you go into the playing field with 5 characters, you walk up to an enemy, you select your move, you kill the enemy, you gain experience, thus gaining a level, then being able to move to a new area, repeat. And that's basically the rundown. But the cool thing about this is it has such good RPG elements to it that it really never gets old. You know, you can customize your weapons, customize your armor, spells, whatever you want to do. So, even if you're not into TBSs, you probably will, to some extent, enjoy this game just because of the customization and role-playing game elements. So, I'm gonna rate the gameplay a solid 8.5 because it's, even if you're not into TBSs, which I am actually not. I love RPGs though. You will love this game. Well, I won't say love, that's a bit hard. I'm gonna say you will like this game because if you like RPGs like me, then you'll basically like anything this game has to throw at you. So that is basically it for the gameplay. The next thing I want to go over is the last thing is the graphics. The graphics are quite nice for considering it being a Sony TBS game. I won't say it pushes the Sony's hard drive to its uttermost limits, but the graphics are decent for a portable game. I'm just gonna say that and leave it at that. The bigger characters such as bosses are actually quite decent to look at graphic wise and are actually pretty creative. So I guess that's it for my review of D&D Tactics. Please stay tuned for more of my fabulous reviews. Um, Next time, I really don't know I'll be reviewing. I think I'll review Bioshock. I haven't figured that out yet. Anyway, thank you for watching, and oh yeah, one more thing. Forgot to add this. To put on a scale of rent, buy, or deny, I'm gonna have to say, since you can't technically rent PSP games, I'm gonna have to say buy this game, because even if you're not so into TBS's, you'll probably like the RPG elements it has to offer. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Bye, folks.